Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are calling in from. Thank you so much for joining our brand new show, Dream Jobs with D, hosted at AMN Academy. Check out our new logo. How cool is that? That's pretty nice to go with our new show, our new format. So we did a little piece of this in our Onwards and Upwards show over the last many months, and decided that we were going to make our own show out of this because we've got so many amazing opportunities that we want to share with you that a quick 5 minutes every month was not going to do it. So we made our own show. So every month I will be on here talking about the many opportunities that we have at AMN International. So first of all, pop in where you are listening in from. I see good morning, good afternoon, Aries from Singapore, Davina from Saudi Arabia. Our own Milanis is watching from the Philippines. So thanks, Milanis. Modis from South Africa. And I am great. Thank you very much. I hope that you are wonderful as well. So today we are going to be talking about the amazing opportunities that we have available in our staffing division of AMN International. So as you know, we are the only organization that provides both staffing and direct hire opportunities for our clinicians. So today we are going to spend some time busting some myths about staffing out there, answering your questions. So make sure that you are popping them in here to the comment section so that I can address them. And if I don't get to them in the show in our 30 minutes, then I will be sure to answer them throughout the day for you. Hi, Sadie, listening in from Botswana, Alyssa from Oman. We have Ivy from Ghana. We are represented across the globe today. So let's pull back up that map so that we can show you exactly where we have opportunities across the United States. So you see here, every state is lit up, right? So we have many, many opportunities that are available to you in our staffing division. And what we want to talk about today and answer your questions is that particularly now that we are retrogressed, then staffing options are going to be the best option for you. And there's a couple of reasons why. One is that in the unfortunate event that your job offer is rescinded because you are employed by AMN Healthcare International through our O'Grady Payton division, then your I-140 is not affected, right? So it's like a safety net for you. And that's the biggest reason, is that it is that safety net. And in the unfortunate event that that happens, then we will find you another job opportunity. So you have time to really figure out where you want to be in the United States. As you saw, the United States is a big, big, big country, 50 states. So there are lots of opportunities within those locations. So by working with our staffing division, you have that time to really think about what's important for you, what's important for your family, before you make that decision on where you want to relocate to. So our expert team of recruiters are on hand right now to help you in that decision making. So they will go through everything with you and make sure that you're comfortable, your family's comfortable before you make a decision. So you have the gift of time right now, which is, when you think about retrogression, it can be a little disappointing, but if you flip that on its head, it's actually could be beneficial for you because you do have time to make that all important decision. So we're going to talk more about that as we go through the show. But rather than just hearing it from me, we would like you to hear it from one of our clinicians who joined us on the show a couple of weeks ago. And he is doing phenomenal. He is just thriving here in the US. So let's hear from John.
Signing with them really changed my life. I still can't believe up to this day, whenever I drive around, that I'm here in America living my American dream. And just last month, I was able to bring my parents here. We traveled around the United States. We went to New York, to the places where I really wanted them to see.
Awesome. So John is just a testament to how you can thrive, be successful here in the United States. He did come with us through our staffing division. Wow, I think the first time I met John was over 3 years ago, maybe four at this point. But he has completed his contractual obligation, and he decided that he was going to stay where he was originally placed. And that happens a lot of the time, so and that's why it's really important that you take the time to make that right decision, because when you do arrive here to the United States, we want you to thrive, we want you to stay, we want you to be super successful. And in John's instance, he went on to further education, and he is now studying for his nurse practitioner, which was one of his goals when we originally met. And here he is living his dream. So you heard that he was able to bring his parents over, toured around the United States, got to visit New York and all of those great places. So I see that we have Matrine from Kenya. Hello. We have Booney from the Philippines. We have Amara watching from Germany. Christine from Zambia. And then Matrine, I do see that you have a question in here that you were to be interviewed for the North Dakota, but you haven't received any updates. So please reach out directly to your recruiter and they will have updates for you. But again, I'm not sure if that is with our staffing division, but if you have not opportunity there, then please make sure that you reach out to our staffing recruiters as well, so that we can get you placed very, very quickly. Okay, so one of my favorite things to do is myth busting. So we want to bring up some pretty common myths about staffing, so that we can talk through that with you, and most importantly, answer any questions that you may have. Hi, Ivo. Tennessee. Is Tennessee good for nurses? Tennessee is an amazing place. I've had the opportunity to visit there many, many times, and it is just beautiful. You've got 4 seasons. It is a multicultural location. It is an absolutely amazing place. And I know that in our staffing division, we do have opportunities in Tennessee. So I know that our recruiters and our account management team would be very, very happy to discuss those with you. So if you have not yet applied, then please make sure that you do so. We're going to pull the handle up here, AMN Healthcare /international. Our recruiters are on hand to help guide you every step of the way. So let's get back to some staffing myths. So the first one and most common one is, I'm going to make less money if I choose a staffing opportunity. That is not accurate, right? So depending on where you are located, depending on where you choose to be, then you are paid at or above the prevailing wage, right? So that is a misconception. And all of this information you have before you make a decision, right? So you are not going to accept an opportunity without knowing everything that comes with that opportunity. So how much you're going to be paid, what shifts you're going to work, what unit you're going to work in. So all of that is with it. You have that information before you make that decision. So that's the first myth that is broken. So there are fewer location options. Again, this is not accurate. You saw the map that we just showed with all of the locations across the country. AMN Healthcare has been in the international space for over 40 years. Within that 40 years, we have developed strong relationships with many, many hospitals across the United States. So with our experience, then you just get more locations, right? So we have opportunities across the United States. So that is not accurate. And another thing, if you want to think about one of the reasons why you should choose staffing, particularly now that we are in retrogression, is that you have more location opportunities. I already talked about, in the unfortunate event that your job offer is rescinded, then we've got many other opportunities across the United States that we can place you into. So again, it's that safety net. And so you do have more location opportunities by choosing a staffing route. I cannot choose my location, it is assigned. So, how many times do I hear this? That is not true. You get to choose where you want to be. So, at the time that you are ready to interview with our hospital clients, then you are presented with every opportunity that you qualify for. So, depending on what area you work in, depending on your experience, depending on maybe your degree, then you may have 10 opportunities, you may have 3 opportunities, but you are presented with each one and will have the opportunity to interview with each hospital client who wishes to speak with you. And at that time, you make the decision. So I think that this is one of the myths that's most commonly out there, is that you don't get to choose where you go. That's absolutely not accurate. And to John's point, when we were talking a little bit about his experience, he chose to stay where he initially was placed. So again, hope that kind of debunks some of the myths that are out there, but we're going to go through a few more. You need to decide your location now. No, you don't. So you have time. The most important thing on the staffing side is you get your I-140 filed immediately. So if you've got all your documents ready, which for the most part you probably do, then you can have your I-140 filed this week, next week, and establish that all important priority date. So you have time, and that's a luxury right now. You have time to choose where you want to be. Take the time to do some research. You may have your heart set on one location, but take some time to research other locations. When I first moved here to the United States, I moved to California. So I lived in California, and I never thought that I would move to the Southeast. And I did. And I have lived in Georgia for almost 9 years now. And it was one of the best decisions I ever made. Georgia is beautiful. It's got so much to offer. So think about that. Think about the time that you have to make an informed decision, and work with your expert recruiter on what that looks like for you and your family. I need to pass my English exam before I apply. No, that is not accurate either. The requirement that we do have is that you have passed your NCLEX and you are currently working bedside in an acute care facility. English is going to be necessary, but further on in your process. Another great thing is that we have an English preparation course that we will enroll you in, and we pay for it for you, right? So again, let us help you make the process easier. So you do not need English to apply. So if you are listening in today and you have passed your NCLEX and you are currently working in an acute care facility, then we want to hear from you. English will be necessary, but further on in your process. I need to wait until I've saved enough money to apply. No, absolutely not. Further in your process, there may be some costs that will be associated with your immigration process, but your recruiter will give all that to you up front so that you can be prepared. AMN Healthcare takes care of your immigration costs, your licensure costs, all of these costs that are associated with getting you started. We already talked about enrolling you in an English preparation course that we pay for as well. So again, you don't need to have saved a lot of money in order to start your process today. So let us help you, let us guide you. In addition to the financial benefits of choosing a staffing opportunity, you also have that hands-on expertise in order to get the process started. It can be complex, right? So particularly you're filling in all these forms. So it really is important that you choose an organization who has as much experience as we do in not only filing your I-140, but licensing, credentialing, your visa screen. all of that stuff that can be very complex and kind of intimidating, then we help you with all of that. So yes, there is the financial bonus, but there's also the bonus of you being handheld the entire way. So hopefully that debunks some of the myths and staffing. And I do see that there are some questions coming in that I do want to address, because our time is going very quickly and we do have some more great stuff to get to. All right, so we do have a question from Mark. How about no current bedside experience? So right now we are looking for candidates, Mark, who have current bedside experience. This is what our clients are looking for. So what I would recommend is that if you can start looking for opportunities that will bring you back to the bedside if you are currently not working at the bedside, because that is going to open up the opportunities for you. Again, if you looked at opportunities maybe 2 years ago, then hospitals were more open to that experience. However, it has shifted significantly, and now our hospital clients are looking for that bedside experience. And that's just going to help your transition be a lot smoother, right? So hopefully that answers your question, Mark. Nico has a question. Is this 100% sponsored by the company? Yes. So by going the staffing route, O'Grady Peyton International, which is our staffing division of AMN Healthcare International, will be your sponsor. So what that means is that you will be employed by O'Grady Peyton International for a period of 3 years at one facility location. So that is key as well. Your orientation is done at the facility that you choose to be placed at, and you do sign an agreement that you will work for O'Grady Peyton and that facility for a period of 3 years. So approximately 3 years. At the end of that 3 years, then our hope is that you choose to remain as a permanent employee at that facility that you chose to be placed at. So go back and think about what John said, right? John had a number of different options that he was considering at the time that he was considering where he wanted to live when he was in the United States. And if you go back and listen to the show that he participated in a couple of weeks ago, he chose a facility in Massachusetts. And so that is in the northeast of the United States. And he is just thriving, right? So, but he took his time and he did some research, and that is the location that he chose. So kind of going back to the Mythbusters, etc., John chose where he wanted to go, and now he is thriving, and he has chosen that he wants to stay there permanently. So he's got roots now. He's got friends, he's got family there. He loves his job, loves his colleagues, etc. So I want to take a couple of questions. So hopefully that answers your question, Nico. Yes, it is sponsored, but again, that is like your safety net, right? So because you are going to be, your I-140 is sponsored by O'Grady Peyton International. If you pull back up that map, in the unfortunate event that something may happen to a placement that you had accepted, we talk to you, we call you, say, okay, you know what, this happened, but let's talk about the other opportunities that we have available for you. And we'll get you placed in some other area, maybe in the same city, maybe in the same state. Okay. So Zoe, can you line up a nurse for interview if you have less than 1 year bedside experience? So ideally you have 1 year of bedside experience. However, send your resume over to one of our recruiters. If you're close to that, maybe we can discuss that. But typically, the expectation is at least 1 year of experience currently working bedside. But again, every situation may be different. You may be 11 months, you may be close to that 12 months. So just pick up the phone, send us an email. We would be happy to walk you through and give you a plan, so that if you don't qualify right now, this minute, then we'll give you a plan on what to do to make sure that you can qualify as quickly as possible. All right, so we are going to talk about the process now. right? So sometimes it can be a little intimidating, sometimes it can be daunting, like, what do I do first? Well, we are here to make it easy for you. And it truly is as easy as this. It is as easy as ABC, right? So when you think about the process, you may think like, oh, there are so many different steps. No, it's not. By choosing an organization like AMN International Staffing Division, then you get our expertise, but you also almost get that easy button, right? So it is like, how can we make this easy for you? The first thing is your A, you're going to apply today. If you have not applied yet, we'll pull up the handle again, AMN Healthcare /international. Our recruiters are on hand to speak with you today. So that's the first thing. The first thing is you're going to apply. The next step is our B step, right? So that is where you're going to have a brief conversation with one of our recruiters to discuss your experience and your preference, right? So it's not going to be an hour, 2 hours. No, we want to get to know you. We want to get to know why you want to come to the United States to live and work. What's important to you? What's important to your family? If you're bringing children, probably schools, right? So what are the schools like in the areas that you are interested in? So we just want to get to know you so that we can make sure that the opportunities that we are presenting to you fit what is your goal, both professionally and personally, right? So what's the C? So we said it was easy as ABC. When you get to C process, this is when you're going to commence your journey to the US. At that point, you sit back and you let us take care of it, because we are going to be with you every step of the way. We've already talked about how we're going to help you through the all of the forms that you need for your I-140, your licensure, etc. So we're going to take care of all of that. So once you do A, B, you're going to sit back and let us handle C. So again, that's how easy it is. If you just want to get started today, the only decision that you have to make right now is to apply to amnhealthcare.com/international. You will get something that says, are you open to staffing or direct hire? Choose that staffing, and our recruiters will be reaching out to you within 24 hours. All right. So it is that easy. I promise you, it is that easy. Again, the only thing that you have to do is click apply now, and we will take care of the rest of it for you. So I'm going to be talking a lot every month about how easy it is. And so you're going to see Dream Jobs with D and be able to say, yes, it's easy as ABC, right? So hopefully that kind of makes it a little less daunting for you as you are considering whether to apply or not. Go back and think about what you heard John say. It is really, really life-changing. And he said it, they were not my words. His life changed the moment that he made that application to us and trusted us with his journey and his process. I'm going to take another couple of questions. Can you believe it? We've only got a little over 6 minutes left of this amazing show. Okay, so I have let's have a question from Zoomer. Hi, Deirdre. I'm an RN with a TN visa in New York City. I have I-140 rest of world that was approved 2 years ago. If I don't like, can you find me a job in NYC? We would be very happy to help you. So if you can just email us at, actually pull back up that handle for you to apply and put on your application that you need help with this, and we will absolutely help you with that. We do have opportunities. Congratulations that you are currently working in New York City, and we will do everything we can to find you another opportunity. So yes, don't put your email in here because I want to respect your privacy, but we will make sure that we reach out to you, Zoomer, and get that information for you. And you are so welcome. Okay, Nico, I love this question. How many number of nurses have you recruited and successfully landed in the USA? Oh my gosh, thousands. So bear in mind, we've been doing this for over 40 years, and there are thousands of nurses like yourself, and also families like yourselves that we have successfully transitioned here to the US. One of our favorite things is, and I don't know if we have any on today, but we always have previous nurses who have worked with us that are still here in the United States and have thrived, and they share everything with us. So, we share in their new homes, their children going to college, graduating, advancing their education, like John is now studying for his nurse practitioner license. So once you're a part of the AMN family, you're always a part of the AMN family. And that's something that we are really, really proud of. Because even though we're a large organization and we have opportunities all over the United States and have been doing this for over 40 years, it does have that family feel. And that's really important because as you are making that decision to transition from your home country to the US, while it's really exciting, and it is really exciting, it can also be kind of scary. And, I know from personal experience, because I moved from Ireland myself many, many years ago, and I didn't have an organization like AMN Healthcare International to help me. And so it would have been great because now I see the support and the commitment that our team has to each and every clinician. So yes, we are a large organization, but you do have that family feel. Stella, at the same company with, yes. So our O'Grady Payton is the staffing division of AMN Healthcare International. So that's what we're talking about today and why it is the better choice right now while we are in visa retrogression to choose the staffing pathway, because it's almost like your safety net, and you've got time to choose where you want to be. And you also have an opportunity to have your I-140 filed immediately, which will establish that all-important priority date. Anna, is there an age restriction? No, there is not. There is not an age restriction. So if you have not already applied to us, please apply today. The only requirement that you need is that you have passed your NCLEX and that you are currently working in an acute care facility. Those are the only two requirements. We will help you through English, etc., and then we will help you every step of the way. So we only have 2 minutes left, and I do have a video that I want to share with you, just highlighting our recent arrivals to the US. So that is the happy day after going through all of the steps. But again, think about it. It's as easy as ABC. So don't overcomplicate it. Let us help you. We have lots of experience doing this, and we want you to be the next nurse that we partner with on your journey to the US. So again, this has been so much fun. I hope that you have enjoyed it. I hope that I got to a lot of your questions. But before we end with our arrivals video, Booney, thank you so much. So let's pull up Booney's comment here. OGP has been really helpful. As of now, I'm just waiting for visa movement. Yes. Their staff continuously updates me through email, among others. Big thanks. So I could not have said that better myself. And what a way to end our segment and finish with our arrivals video. Hopefully that inspires you to take the next step. And honestly, this is why we do it. We do it for nurses like Booney. We do it for nurses like you who just want to realize their American dream. So I will see you again next month, where we will be talking about more amazing opportunities with Dream Jobs with D. Hope you enjoyed it. Tune in next time, and I am going to leave you with one of our videos of our recent arrivals. We will share this every month. This is not everybody who has recently arrived, but hopefully this inspires you, encourages you to take that next step and apply today. Remember, it's easy as ABC. And with that, I will talk to you next time.